Yo, yo, yo. What's up? Good morning, good morning. Let me just change something real quick here. Um, Hold on one second, guys. All right. So, pretty interesting day already. I mean, look at the top-down analysis here. Daily chart, we are obviously pushing up here. If we look at the range, let me just check something real quick. If we look at the 50%, of this range, we are currently back into discount of the range. So we were in premium last week, and we are back into discount right now. My thinking is that because we've already touched into premium, that this is going to be left and that we continue lower here. And I've told you guys this before, but September is the most bearish month. So historically, this is a month that goes down. It's also a post-election year. But there's just a lot of different things that are kind of interesting. Like last week, there was a 90-90 day. Hold on one second, guys. Oh, hold on. Oh, big push there. Okay, so we just got a big push past the set of equal highs that we had. We have another two sets of equal highs and a new week opening gap up here. I don't know if those hit today, but we'll be patient here and see what we get. So we have our London. We just hit some London buy side here, but we have more London highs here, and I think we have equal highs at the top. So let's change this to a solid line. Why is it not? Oh. Okay. So we have equal highs there. We have equal highs over here. Is that where they are? Okay, I'm not going to count these ones. They're way too small, and they're right next to each other, but nonetheless, they do exist, but I'm not going to count those ones. But again, daily chart, I mean, this looks relatively bullish on the daily, but the fact that we are retraced, so we retraced into premium, I think this will be where we continue to the downside. So I'm going to be looking for short setups, even though a lot of people are bullish right now. I'm going to be looking for shorts. Let's look at the 4-hour quick. 4-hour, same kind of thing. We had this very bullish reaction here. I think this is designed to induce traders long, and I think this bull flag is likely to fail. So we have a bull flag on the 4-hour. We're making lower highs and lower lows, and I think eventually this is going to probably fail and fill this, and then probably go down. We already swept this sell side, so there is obviously the... Bro, I don't want a ray. I don't want this to extend. So we swept this sell side right here, and obviously we did get that bullish reaction, but I don't know yet. I don't think this is going to be the reaction that drives us back to highs. I think we're going to see continued downside. We have this unbalanced daily fair value gap right here. If you notice, this right here is a little daily that's unbalanced. And then we have, I think we have some things on the weekly. Or this is a 4-hour that's unbalanced. On the daily chart, we have a little daily fair value gap here that's unbalanced. On the weekly chart, we have an imbalance here. So ultimately, my main target for NQ is going to be this weekly fair value gap. That's where I'm expecting us to go. When we do it, I don't know just yet, but I think probably this will drive us down there. That's my guess, this area. And the reason I think that is because A, we've swept an internal high. B, we've inversed this daily fair value gap. So this to me tells me that we're in a sell program. So either what I could see is us coming back and retesting this and then rejecting, or I think we just straight reject from this daily gap. And then again, draw on liquidity would be that 4-hour fair value gap. This sell side liquidity right here as a target, and then this weekly fair value gap and daily sell side liquidity is a target as well. So these are my 3 TPs. I thought that once this got swept, we would not get such a bullish reaction here. I thought that that would be what just kind of drives us lower. But we'll see what happens with the rest of September. Okay, so we're very close to that set of equal highs above us here, and we're also very close to premium of the range. If you guys want to try along here, like a 1-to-1, meaning that you enter here, target the equal highs, and keep your stop a little bit more tight. Even this is more than a 1-to-1, but like maybe a 1.2, you could try this. But again, there's no setup here, guys, so there's no model I'm taking. It is a no news Monday, so keep that in mind. So if we look at Forex Factory, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we have no real news. We do have some orange folder news at 5:30 tomorrow, but really the market movers this week will be GDP, unemployment claims, and then Core PC price index on Friday. So the only 2 days I'm going to be trading with size on real accounts are going to be those days. Maybe if there's something good, I'll try it with micros on MNQ, but more so realistically, I'm not going to be doing that. Oh, shit. So the only real setup, for those of you who are wondering, this was an inversion gap that failed already today. From here, we had nothing else. So anything else that I'm seeing here, I would never take. I did not take this because I didn't like that it was a no news Monday and that we got an inversion fair value gap immediately. I never take the first fair value gap that we see. And so I'm already very hesitant to take a trade today because of the fact that this inversion failed. It closed above and then it failed immediately. So that tells me this is probably not a good day to trade. Could I be wrong and it goes up? Sure. But if I see something A plus a little later, maybe I'll try something. But I'm not a huge fan right now. We do have a set of equal highs right above us and midnight opening price, which is literally right here. So that could be where we hit. No way I'm taking this when we're up here. Sorry. Whoa. Ooh. All right. Okay, so we touched those equal highs. I don't know what's going to happen from here realistically. I think, gun to my head, we're going to touch the equal highs above us in the new week opening gap. But, yeah, there's no way that I'll be taking anything just yet. Let's take a look at the rest of the market real quick. Okay, Roblox. Applied Material, or whatever, Material what? Materials Corp. MP Materials is up. For this company, I've said this before. This is something that I want to potentially buy into, but I will only do this if we fill these daily gaps. So there's a lot of unbalanced price action here that we got after the news that MP Materials was going to be incorporated into government, whatever it was. So this is a spot that I'll be adding this for the long term. Thankfully, my Nike position is doing really nicely today. I'm looking for that 80, 96, and 82.40 buy side. So from here, I'm expecting at minimum another 3.5% give or take. And then ultimately, I want to see this daily gap filled. So from here, I want to see at least a 7% move. And then again, I want to see this daily gap get filled as well. So we're talking about a 93 move. And then we have a daily gap here and a weekly gap as well. I think it's a weekly fair value gap right here at 109.96. So ultimately, from here, I want to see a 38% return on my money. I'm already up about 20%, give or take. My cost basis is around 63. So I'm up about 26%. But I want to see from my entry at 63, I want to see a 73% return. Okay, so that's that. What's down on the day? Mara and Riot are down. Bitcoin is down as well at 111. What about the mags? Costco, PanW's down. Palantir's down 2.85%. I think this is going to end up falling quite a bit more than this. If we can get back to 167, give or take, on Palantir, that's a spot where I'm looking to short this. I'm going to keep my stops very tight on this. But if I enter here, probably keep my stops just below all-time highs, so around 184. And I'm going to target this low right here at 105, and then I'm going to leave runners all the way to the sell side liquidity at 160, or at 64, sorry. I know that sounds really crazy to a lot of people, and sure, do I think it's going to hit for sure? Absolutely not. If this low gets swept, I will move my stop to break even. So I will probably partial at 128, but I'll take most of my position off at 105. And the reason being is there's a weekly fair value gap and imbalance there that I think needs to hit. And I think we definitely need to retest 100 on Palantir. Big psychological level. Okay, I want to look at the hourly quick. Yeah, also keep in mind on the hourly right now on NQ, we are testing this hourly fair value gap. Yeah, if anything, what I'm seeing here is this is like they're trying to induce like a false breakout. That's my guess. Very interesting spot to be in. Okay, so again, we still have lots of equal highs resting above us. There's two sets, but again, at midnight, I'm expecting maybe a little bit of retracement here. Again, there's just no setup here, guys. There's nothing I can take. So if it ends up ripping, so be it. Wow, Tesla Model 3 or Model Y is already sold out in China, the Model YL. Okay, so it looks like a pump to the second set of equal highs. Oh, such boring slow PA, guys. There's nothing here. Again, gun to my head, I think the equal highs are going to hit, but there is a chance that we start rejecting from here for sure. It's just not a good spot to be shorting, doing longing, nothing. Wow, crazy dump. I mean, gun to my head, this is what I'm thinking here. Normally we don't make, so when you have this kind of like consolidation, slow grind higher, normally it just continues, and they're basically like trying to stop people out. But again, this is just not a model. This is just speculation. Don't know what to tell you here, guys. This is just not a good spot to be trading. Let me take a look at ASML real quick with my 7. Okay, so ASML is only up 0.27%. So if you guys are wondering with ASML where this is probably going to go, I think 778 is a very possible area for this. So that's just to fill this weekly fair value gap. But I think that this is potentially the start of accumulation for a big buy model. Maybe we get further down moves back into the 640s. It's definitely possible. But ASML is one of my favorite companies for the long term. And I think ultimately this is going to go back to the thousands. So just holding this patiently, but another potential opportunity. Okay. Yeah. So NQ still doing its thing. So we do have a little 5-minute fair value gap here. This is a possible area of retest. But again, guys, there's just no model here. There's not even an inversion. There's a tiny little 1 minute here that did work, but just so not good. And we didn't even get the entry. You can see here that we closed right here, right before the inversion. Then we made the dump. So just so tough. Oh, on NQ it did work. Damn. I'm just looking on NQ. Even the same thing failed here. If you look at the 1 minute chart. So I thought it worked, but then I looked back. So there's first of all, this inversion is tiny, so you should never really be taking these. Second of all, we closed below, then we closed back above, so it's just a bad price action, especially after we had that inversion earlier in the day, and then we closed above and closed below. Just bad PA here overall. Really bad PA. So I'm just paying attention right now to where we just bounced from, which is literally this low right here. My guess today is that this is going to be kind of like a magnet for price, maybe even somewhere here. So I'm not going to explain the exact reasoning behind this because it's too complicated for most to understand, and it's a self-developed concept, so I'm not really going to reveal too much secret sauce, but I think that this level is probably just going to be a magnet for price today. So any like moves into this new week opening gap, I think will come back and retrace down into here. That's my guess at this point. And it has something to do with this candle's wick. So that's the hint that I'll give here. Right there. Do, 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 do. Woo. So even if we do move higher this morning and trade above this set of equal highs, again, I think this will be a decent retracement back to here. There'll be hopefully some kind of a setup here. So I think this is going to push through this high, maybe tap here, tap the new eco opening gap, then maybe we get a rejection. But that's where I would look for a short is, let's say we get this or this, and then some kind of a setup, then we could use that to target back to this candle's wick right here. And I'll remind you guys again, there is an hourly fair value gap here. And we came up very close to the hourly gap, wicked it, and now we're rejecting. So this could be a rejection spot too. This could be kind of like inducement after a bull flag. Very tough spot to be in. That's what I will say. And I mean, just gun to my head, I'm seeing a 5-minute inversion here, so that could be a target if we do end up getting a short setup. But right now we're bouncing from a 10-minute fair value gap here. So that could be what drives us to those London highs. Such a tough spot. All right. Yeah, so I think that this high is going to get swept. The equal highs will probably get swept, and then hopefully we get a setup later. But I would not look for shorts just yet. And there's just no long setups either. Keep in mind this gray box is an hourly gap, so I don't know if we fail from it. It's just such bad PA already. Told you guys that before, but it's a no news Monday. We created inversions earlier in the day, closed above them, closed back below them. Created a 1-minute short on NQ here, closed below it, closed back above it. Just such bad spot to be trading. And I think most people that are trading this today are going to lose their ass, but we will see. And again, you just have to be patient and wait for a setup. And right now we don't have that, so Oh, what terrible price action. What the hell? I mean, what the hell? What am I surprised? It's a no news Monday, but still. Anybody who's in here take a trade already? Of the 11 people that are viewing this, I don't know what you're on, but what platform you're on. Yo, what's up, Pepe? Any trades today, bro? I don't know if you've been listening, but price action is not so good right now. What'd you take, Pepe? $9.03 1 minute. 9.03. Oh, this inversion? You took a 1 minute short somewhere here on this candle. Got it. The reason I don't love that, number one, we didn't sweep any major buy side liquidity. We had a lot of low resistance liquidity from the London session. We had equal highs up here, so I didn't love that trade. But if this happened here, for example, like at the 9:30 wick, and then we inversed right there, I think that would be better. But we still had some equal highs above us, so I would avoid taking like a inversion below buy side. So we actually had two sets of equal. I think these were equal highs right here. I don't have to look on NQ, but yeah, not loving that, but it's all good. So did you get stopped out for break even on that or no? Doesn't look like it. Maybe if you would have taken your break even stop right there, but that was very very tough to get a break even stop on. So now we just have continuous consolidation here. Yeah, of course, Pepe. No worries, bro. Consolidation after a decent move higher, but again, just a no news Monday. Not great price action, and yeah, I wish it was better. But the real days that I'm going to be trading are going to be Thursday and Friday. I hope that we have good moves then. The reason I've been live streaming on no news days is because over the past few months, I would say we've had some pretty decent no news Mondays that have moved quite a lot. Like they actually take the move that they were supposed to leave for the red folder news days, and they do it on a no news Monday, knowing that a lot of traders stay out of it. But very interesting. So gun to my head here, I said this before, but when we consolidate and we make like internal highs like this, normally they move the market above these internal highs to try and stop out short traders. I just don't know, guys. I'm not gonna pretend like this is a good spot to be trading, or pretend like I know what's gonna happen here. Do 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 do. Ooh. Oh. What are your indicators for bad PAs? I got stopped at. I looked back on, saw some errors in my execution, but overlooked the bad PA. Well, I wasn't trading here, Pepe, when you were trading, but I already explained this earlier in the chart. But the first indicator I had of bad price action is this inversion fair value gap. If this was a good inversion fair value gap, this should have delivered to this high. So the fact that we closed above it, then we closed back below it, told me immediately that price action was going to be bad. That was number one. But I was expecting it because of the fact it was a no news Monday. And then again here, I know you can't really see this on MNQ, but on NQ, which is the same chart obviously, just not the micro version, you can see here that this inversion fair value gap, we closed below it on this candle by just a tick. Closed back above it right here, then we rejected. It just not a good spot to be trading. It just tells me that PA is going to be bad. Again, gun to my head, I think we're going to go up and fill this new week opening gap that we have here and touch the equal highs, but doesn't mean I'm going to be taking a trade. And also, what trade am I going to be taking? There's nothing in here to take. This is just, you don't know what's going to happen here. This could have easily consolidated for a good hour or more, and people would have just gotten stopped out. So great that this is happening, but again, there's just nothing I can execute on. I can't go back in my journal and tell myself, I took this trade because of this setup. That's something I think will save a lot of people. Before you click the button, guys, before you click the button, if you can't tell yourself, if you can't screenshot where you are right now, where you hit buy, and you can't journal in an entry saying, I entered the trade because of this model. Unless you can do that, you should not be clicking the button. And so when I look at this, if I was to click the button here, for example, on this red down close candle saying, I'm buying to target this new week opening gap, what is the model here? What can I write in my journal that tells me that this is an entry? Okay, maybe there's this bullish 1 minute gap. Is this something that I trade? Is this my model? Hell no. There's nothing. There was no proper execution. There's no good market structure. We don't have any obvious inversions. This one closed above and then below. There's nothing else that I love here. So there's nothing I could say. Sorry, I'm getting a bunch of texts. There's nothing I could put in my journals that's going to tell me that that was the reason that I executed a trade. And if this is if your reason for entering a trade is this tiny 1 minute gap, I'm sorry, but that's probably not the best entry. Or the best reasoning, because you can see already that this was a huge consolidation zone, and there's no reason that this fair value gap is going to work, at least in my opinion, unless you have a very specific, intricate model. You know exactly what this type of day is and exactly what you're executing on. But honestly, I just don't think it's good enough. But yeah, gun to my head, this continues higher, and we sweep this high and then go, I don't know, to the new week opening gap, but there's just no model, so cannot execute here, unfortunately. So I'll draw this on the screen just so you guys have it written here. Let's see what happens at this 1 minute gap now. Yeah, exactly, Pepe. I just think it will save so many people. First of all, it'll stop you from clicking the button, which is really people's #1 problem. The more you click the button, the more you expose yourself to risk, the worse off you're going to be. And yeah, number two is just, yeah, it'll save you from taking bad entries. If you don't have a reasoning, if you can't screenshot and say, I bought or I sold here because of this, you shouldn't be taking a trade. Also, by the way, guys, we have NVIDIA earnings on Wednesday after market. So I would also tell you to expect bad price action on Wednesday. Um, Maybe I'll go back in the Discord and I'll show you guys like a private live stream of some other earnings reports that NVIDIA, Microsoft, Google have had. Normally, the times that we have earnings will leave liquidity. So, like for example, let's just say today was earnings for NVIDIA. You would see a set of perfect equal highs left somewhere in strong premium for the day, and then we'll just randomly dump for no reason. And the reason for that is because the algorithms are spooling price, generating liquidity for later in the day, and then in the afternoon session, you'll just see random spikes to sweep that liquidity. So if you wanted to try something fun, again, fun is not a full size execution, but maybe like a quarter size execution of what you normally take. You can try random longs on Wednesday after market on a cash account because you don't want to do that on your funded accounts. You can try a cash account long to target the equal highs on NQ. If we do form it again. Sometimes the structure is different. Sometimes we even form a bunch of equal lows, then we pump randomly, and then the market dumps. So if you see equal lows that get formed um, in the afternoon session on Wednesday, and then we pump randomly, then expect a dump back to the equal lows. That's another thing. But yeah, earnings reports normally generate liquidity for Mag 7 companies, and then they run them in the afternoon in the post market session. So, oh, such bad people. Okay, so look at this, guys. People that long that 1 minute fair value gap, they're like, oh, green candle is long this failure. And now this is going to close below. Is this going to end up driving us lower? I have no idea because every other inversion fair value gap play has failed today. So why would I take this one? It doesn't make any sense. Not a good spot to be in. Oh my god. Interesting. And the woman that got stopped for break even. You're talking about the 1 minute short? Because this 1 minute short is still actually invalid because we never closed above. Bum, 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 bum. Woo. Oh, such bad. Look at this, guys. And there's the failure of that woman inversion to the downside. Ah. Thank goodness I'm not trading this. That's all that I will say. Thank goodness. So bad. Okay, I'm guessing the equal highs are gonna hit. Gun to my head, this internal high is gonna get swept, but I'm not taking this, guys. There's no trading model. And wow, we missed the equal highs by just a tick. Which was London highs. And wow, did we hit them and not take it out? Crazy. All right, there we go. Equal highs are hit. And yeah, I don't know where we're going to go from here. New week opening gap. But again, there's just no model. There's no setup. There's nothing. But yeah, gun to my head, I think that we'll probably come back and rebalance this. I don't know, where did we rebalance it last? Right here. But again, guys, there's just no setup. There's no model. There's nothing. So please be smart. Don't take stupid trades. This is a dumb thing to be taking, even though it's probably going to work. And we're starting a macro time too, so again, could this be the manipulation that then dumps us? Absolutely, but I don't know. I'm just saying, gun to my head, I think this is gonna hit. Uh-oh. So this is the final line in the sand. You want to see this hold if it's going to hold. Not good. You really want to see the movement go higher from here. If it doesn't, you're screwed. So there's a tiny 1-minute inversion. Crazy. If this holds, that would be wild, but you can see there's a tiny 1-minute inversion here. That could fail. Just a terrible spot to be trading, guys. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Okay, so a tag into that 1 minute. Looks like a fail so far. See what happens here. Oh. So my guess, again, gun in my head, is this is going to inverse. We're going to sweep this and then go up to the new week opening gap. That's my guess here. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. Every other inversion has failed today, so I'm guessing this one will fail too. And let's see if it fails. Okay, so your stop should be at break even if you took that. Again, I did not. Yeah, TP would be this new week opening gap here. So it looks like it did not fail this time, surprisingly. But again, your stop should be at break even. If you entered here, your stop should be already at break even. And break even, stop, hit. So again, guys, just such bad PA. Okay, so this is probably going to be what hits the new week opening gap now. And then hopefully we just push all the way through it. That would be nice, but we'll see. Okay, so coming super close. Didn't hit the new week opening gap. There's also a chance they reject it before the new week opening gap. Just keep that in mind. We'll see. But my hope is that they just push this through and they make it a lot more difficult for shorts today. But again, I have no idea. We also just formed another set of equal highs here, apparently. From where? Oh, from the Asia session. Interesting. Okay, I'll be right back. Hold on. All right. So we touched the new week opening gap. We have a set of equal lows right here that could hit. We could go up and fill the new week opening gap to the top. I don't know which one's going to happen first, guys. Again, just terrible PA. Not something to be a part of. I think I'll end it here unless people want me to stay on. You can let me know. Type 1 in the chat if you're done for the day. Type 2 if you want me to stay on. Because I don't think I'm going to be taking anything. This looks really bad, like I said. And type 0 if you're not listening. Alright, Pepe's done. Anyone else? Okay, guys, I think that's going to be it. I wish you the best. I hope you were disciplined today and you didn't click a button. I know Pepe did once, but he's learning slowly but surely what days are good and what days are bad. And yeah, I hope you guys do well the rest of the week. Tomorrow and Wednesday, I will live stream on YouTube, and I will talk more about that earnings situation I talked about earlier on Wednesday. And then Thursday, Friday, I'll do Discord live stream. So wish you guys the best, and